Good morning everyone. This is Kaylin Kamikawa, September 15, 2021, 2 a.m. Finally, Apple's official event was held and iPhone 13 was announced. I was planning to go to bed around 10 p.m. the day before and wake up at 2 a.m. I overslept until 3 a.m. www. Well, I could see it later, so I took a closer look. I was listening to the announcement thinking, when is the important iOS 15? Unfortunately, there was no announcement. And when I was watching the news etc., iOS 15 and iPadOS 15 will be officially released on September 20th, local time. It is expected that distribution will start on compatible devices around 2 p.m. on September 21st, Japan time, was announced. I thought, what, is it still 5 days away? Don't rush. When I checked automatic update with no use, from around 6 a.m. today, 15th, I was able to install iOS 15.0. Wow, the official version is finally being delivered. It seemed like RC, release candidate, for a while. What is RC? Means, product candidate version, that is, it is a candidate version of software that will be officially released as a product. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it, it's a commercial version. I thought, but I'm convinced that there are various adult circumstances. So it's not the official version, so I can't publish the image here, but I would like to mention a little usability. What I said here is using the Feedback Assistant app. I wanted to give feedback. The Feedback Assistant app itself has disappeared. What are you going to do? Don't erase it without permission. However, it seems that you can still give feedback by accessing the following: https://feedbackassistant.apple.com/new-form-response. So I don't think it will be reflected in the product version. I would like to give you feedback for the time being. By the way, did this RC improve the essential translation function? In conclusion, unfortunately it hasn't changed at all. My feedback wasn't used for anything. What is your feedback for? Well, however, I found that this translation function has a certain habit. 1. It does not work except in English. For example, if you try to translate Korean, the menu itself disappears. However, if you hurry and play around with it here, it seems that you will be in a bad mood. Without messing with anything to get back, you should go back to the English video and just repeat, reload. And even if you try to translate an English video into Japanese, the menu initially says, translate to English. And when you reload, translate website is displayed. If you reload it, it will move irregularly from here, but also, there are times when translate website is repeated several times, and there are times when it is not repeated. After that, the menu, translate to Japanese, will be displayed, and you will finally be able to translate. I think, is this a bug? There is also a menu called Report Translation Problems, right above. But when I click it, I can't report at all. This is also a bug, isn't it? When you click Translate to Japanese, that finally appears. For videos with subtitles, the subtitles will be translated into Japanese and displayed on the screen. After that, even if you watch another video, if subtitles are attached, the subtitles will be translated continuously and displayed on the screen. So far, I was impressed with the translation. However, videos that have only automatic generation, subtitles remain off and will not appear on the screen unless turned on. If you turn it on, the translation will be displayed, but the accuracy is poor. Even if you move to another video, the subtitles will be turned off again and will not be displayed if it is an automatically generated video. There are cases where subtitles are attached and cases where there are only automatically generated subtitles. Please note that the movement is completely different. To translate, you can click on the toolbar, but if the translation menu does not appear even if you click it seems that if you play around with it, you will be in a bad mood. It seems better to repeat clicking only the reload button. For comments, if you click translate to Japanese, you can now translate brilliantly. But when posting a comment, in this translation mode, I can only enter the first character. From the second character after that, you will not be able to even enter and post. Click View Original to return to the original language. You will be able to post as if nothing had happened. If all goes well, the comment translation feature is really great. Not only read the comments when posting, you can write in Japanese and translate it into English on the spot. In other words, it can be used for both English-Japanese and Japanese-English. Right now, it has the above bugs, so it still feels difficult to use. I think it would be a big deal if this was cured in the official version. It will not be possible to fix it in 5 days. I would like to ask you to make improvements here. Also, I would like to ask you to support Korean, Chinese, Taiwanese, and Russian as soon as possible. I'm curious about what Google thinks about this translation function. Currently, with Apple Safari and Microsoft's Edge, you can now translate YouTube subtitles and comments. Unless the original YouTube app can translate subtitles and comments as soon as possible, I think users will look down on the YouTube app and move away. It's convenient to watch YouTube on Safari without ads, and it's convenient to translate, it's free. Doesn't Google, who self-identifies as a frontier, feel humiliated? I really want to hear it. I think we need to take immediate action. Well, I think it will be supported, but www, that's all.